Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's just another sim guy here. This is a really quick video today. Just wanted to respond to some comments I've had and some direct messages I've had over the last couple of weeks, specifically pertaining to iRacing and my graphic settings. And this came about more when I shared the rain footage. Now if you haven't seen that video, do check it out. I'll put a link in the card above. And there's some really good AI race footage where I was like impressed out of my mind as to how good it looked and felt, but particularly with how good the rain looked. And you know, I just wanted to share these settings in one place because more people keep asking me. I'm a bit short of time this week, so it's quite a quick video. You'll see some rain footage going on in the background. So you can see how good it looks, and if you check out some of the other videos you'll see that I've got this. I don't tweak these for different races, so what I've done is, you know, I've worked backwards. I've tried to give the game what I thought would be the most demanding settings, and then I've done a rain race with a good amount of AI, and if it performs on that, okay, with no frame drops and stuff, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe that AI races are a little bit more intensive on the CPU as well than multiplayer, so it gives the CPU and the GPU a good sort of headroom test. So if I can go against, you know, particularly a close field with lots of cars, with the rain on, maybe with the lights on in the dark, if it doesn't give me any problems there, then working back from that, any daytime races with a more spread out field that aren't against AI, you know, logically should give me even more performance. But I've got a good balance of the looks. Not everything is turned right up, but I think the things that I've neglected to turn up completely don't show a great amount of difference. Now I'm no expert. I've gone by other people's videos and I've just tried and sort of gone by trial and error, you know how it goes. So not everything is on and not everything is super ultra, but I think it looks great, and I will tweak more and I will come back and edit this video as and when I find anything else out. So I won't go through it in detail. You can pause it and you can you know, play with the settings yourself. I would encourage you to put the frame rate meter on and you know, do a couple laps, put it on an AI race, maybe put the rain on, maybe do it at night as well. See what sort of frames you get, and then sort of wind stuff back. When you change settings, although it tells you the ones that are orange are the ones that you need to restart with, I generally restart every time just to make sure that nothing else is not completely sort of reconfigured itself. I have had it in the past where I've sort of done a test, I've turned some stuff off, I've done another test and thought, oh that's great, and then when I've come out and gone back in the sim, the frames I'm getting are different because I think one of the settings didn't sort of take full effect, and rather than sort of have that happen again, just to be ultra sort of careful, I've gone and sort of restarted every time I've changed a setting, just to be sure. You can also test the graphic settings using the replay mode, and there are two different tabs. I won't go into my replay settings, but because replay, and when you're not playing on a replay, I've ramped a few things up, a bit more sort of depth of field to make the replays look a bit nicer and stuff. So you know, have a play with that as well. But also replay, you get a live, leave the FPS counter on, you can untick and retick some of these things, and it will give you an accurate sort of live impact on what that does to your frames. Whilst that won't necessarily correlate to what's happening when you're racing, it will give you an idea of what impacts things the most. So if something you tick or untick drops or gains a few frames, it's not going to be vastly different. If something completely tanks it by like 20 or 30 frames, then you'll know that that might be something that's going to do the same sort of percentage of damage when you're actually racing. Anyway, without further ado, I'll just run through the most important ones. So for VR, because I'm a VR user, I use Quest 3. So if you want me to share my MetaQuest sort of app settings as well, then do leave me a comment and I will make another video sharing those. My PC specs are in the profile, but I've got a 4090 and I've got a 7800 X3D CPU, so reasonably high-end PC, I think. Good amount of memory. So again, you know, take that into account when you're doing this. But there are lots and lots of guides. I've sort of got my information from YouTube and a couple of forums. So there's way more information out there, and there's people that know a lot more than I do. But I've found this that works for me. People were asking, and I thought it would be good to share it. Now the other thing to take into account is I also use a free program called Process Lasso, which helps with sort of CPU optimization, dedicating cores to certain things. So to give you a short version, iRacing doesn't behave very well on virtual cores in the CPU, so you can tell the software using Process Lasso, you can tell the iRacing executable to only use the actual cores of the CPU, and you can dedicate sort of some of the cores to it, and then you can move other programs that are running in the background to the other cores that iRacing isn't using, and then if anything becomes demanding whilst you're playing, it shouldn't result in any stuttering, because your cores for iRacing are dedicated to iRacing, and also you can make them take priority as well. So that is a whole new video, and I think that did help a little bit, but even without that you may still get some good results. So do leave a comment and let me know if this helped you. Leave a comment and let me know if you want the Process Lasso help, and also let me know if you want my Quest 3 settings specifically as well. But what I found to be the most important things in here are having SPS on for VR mode. You can see what's at high detail, you can see what's at low detail. Some of the grandstand stuff and bits and pieces about the surrounding objects does result in a lot of pop-ups, like things popping into view. So I tend to have those high. Foliage I wasn't too worried about. I don't use any dynamic level of detail, so you see I've got that switched off. Leave the frame rate at no limit. Although I let the meta sort of manage the frames, I found that when I limited that, some people said to limit that a couple of frames above what you've got the meta running at, which I did for a time, but I still noticed a little bit of stuttering, so I took that off and didn't notice any performance drop by not limiting the frames. I don't touch any of the cube map stuff because I don't really know what it does, so I figure if it's not broke, don't fix it. I leave shadows, you'll see where I've got shadows on and on Ultra, the shadow quality on Ultra. I think that really helps with the realism. I leave all the cockpit mirrors on. I like high quality mirrors. I like making sure the trees are okay. I don't generally use the 2-pass trees or the high quality trees, but I have done. But I found that did make a bit of an impact in the rain. And really it's the MSAA and leaving that sampling on 4 times. You can have a bit of a performance here, and I didn't notice much difference, I've got to be honest. The rest of it, yeah, pause it, have a look. Sharpening and HDR are really important. SSAO down in the bottom right corner, that's pretty hungry. I would always switch on the 2048 car textures as well to make the cars look as good as possible. I think that the important thing is that the cars and the event itself can be at high detail, and you want the what you can see immediately. You want the cars to look good because you're going to be looking at them. The surroundings to be okay, the shadowing to look good because they're directly related to the cars, and you want to make sure that the track has a good level of detail. So you've got the the tyre marks and all this sort of stuff. The SSR, I've got that set to high in rain only, so that's things like, I believe, the racing line, the puddling, and showing you some real good contrast in that. So you'll see in the sort of footage that's running on my in the VR race that's on the screen, that does lead to good results. So I hope this helps someone. I hope this helps more than someone. I hope this helps multiple people. Like I say, I'm no expert, but because of the research I've done, some of the stuff I've tried that I know works. I don't know why it works, but it worked for me. If you've got a similar spec system, if you're having stuttering issues, I will always help as much as time allows, and as much as my knowledge allows, I'll help you. If I can't help you, I'll send you links to the blogs, the forums, the videos that I found helped me with the trial and error. And like I say, there's certainly a lot of people out there that know a hell of a lot more about this stuff than I do. So I really do hope this helps someone. And just let me know how you get on. Please do look to join our Discord, where we'll be organising community races on all sims, not just iRacing. We've got a lovely new website, so you'll see a link in the description to that, and we've got a whole host, well over 100 videos now, showing some really good footage, VR footage, more specifically from AMS2 and Assetto Corsa and Race Room and Dirt Rally 2, and there'll be more coming. Project Motor Racing's on its way. LMU we've just bought, so I've yet to optimize that one, but there's going to be plenty more videos coming, lots of help videos, lots of game updates, lots of pre-release updates. So stay connected on Discord, check out the website for the latest news, and hopefully you'll grow with us. And the support so far has been absolutely fantastic. So thank you for staying with me. I have been just another sim guy. I hope this helps you out. Let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.